There was a long road to recovery after my last Mastemon match, but I think I'm finally ready to play it again.
Do you hear me? I'm not afraid anymore.
The master player is going to start off. They're going to hatch the Tokomon and then digivolve into the Salamon X. So they'll draw a card and then immediately choose to digivolve into the Makumon. I'll start my turn, I'll draw, and then I will hatch the Koromon. Digivolving into the Agumon, this is the promo that gives the plus 2000 inheritable. I'll go into the Greymons for sec +1, so setting up quite an aggressive stack. Then I'm going to play the new Agumon, so being able to search the top 4. I'll grab the Metal Greymon X, I don't see any ties, so no valid targets there. And then my opponent will move out the Makumon. I'm going to digivolve into the Lady Devimon, this is the old one, so they'll draw 1 for Evo, draw 2 for the effect, and then trash 2. Going to trash a couple of things they'll set up for later, I'm sure. I'll swing at the Agumon, staying in raising, and we see the Mastemon from security, so I will be deleted. Then we're just going to play another one to pass the turn. Top 4, and we still do not see a tie, but we'll be able to grab the BlackWargreymon. This deck does have a lot more ways to deal with Mastemon than the Machinedramon does. Tokomon is hatched, and then is going to Evo into the Salamon. And they're going to play the Flame Hellscythe 6, so they'll delete the Agumon and then play out the Gatomon. They'll be able to search the top 3, and they manage to see the Mastemon and another Lady Devimon. I'm going to draw, start my turn, and move out finally. I'll Evo into the new Metal Greymon, so I'll have Raid and the ability just to remove that Lady Devi from the field. Choosing to go for a bit more of control at the moment, just because if I swing in, I don't have protection and Chaos Degradation is going to hurt me. I'll use the effect to be able to play the Yuya for free, then digivolve into the Metal Grey X. Because I have a Metal Greymon in my sources, I can delete the Gatomon, so just completely wipe the field. Yuya's given me protection for the turn, so next turn should be able to set something up. My opponent just plays the Mirai just to be able to set up for a bigger turn coming, and I'm going to start hatching the Koromon, digivolving into Agu, going into Agumon X, and then finally digivolving into the BlackWargreymon. It's going to cost me 4, but I will be able to delete the Mirai. I'll suspend the Yuya as well, just so that I get the protection at the plus 2000. Swing for 2 checks at, I think it's 16, and I'm not worried because I know that I'm bigger than anything in the deck. And then I'll Evo into the BlackWargrey X. Only costs 2, so I am choking my opponent to some extent. I'll reboot, and then with the Metal Greymon X inheritable, I trash top card of security. I'm going to move out and swing at the Salamon. I'll use the BlackWargrey X's effect to redirect into him, just so that I don't lose that security. And then they're going to play out another Mirai. This is going to pass it back to my turn. I'm going to move out the Agumon X, unsuspend the Yuya, and then I digivolve into the Greymon for sec +1. Then going into the Greymon x-antibody, I'll suspend the Yuya to give it protection, and it's going to have sec +1, so I can swing for the 2 checks. I'm at 10,000 DP, and I do not get affected by option cards. It's going to use the Flame Hellscythe to play out the Gatomon, giving the BlackWargreymon X minus 6,000. And then I'm going to be able to do that second check because I wasn't deleted, and we see from that the TK. So TK plays out, no effect from that, and swing with the BlackWargreymon X for game 1. Game 2 starts, and I'm going to go first. I'm going to hatch the Koromon, digivolve into the new Agumon, then I'm going to play out the Yuya, so just making sure that I can set up that protection that saved me last game. My opponent hatches the Tokomon and quickly plays the Mako. He's going to look at the top 3, and only able to grab the Salamon from that. I'm going to digivolve straight away, they must have been missing the level 3, and then they're going to play the Mirai again. A turn starts, I'm going to move out the Agumon, and then I'm going to Evo straight away into the sec +1 Greymon. Then I'm going to digivolve into the Greymon X, suspending the Yuya so that I can't be affected by options. And then I take the aggressive approach and I play the Hades Force now just to delete the Mirai. And then I'm going to be able to swing it with the Greymon. I'm at sec +1 and plus 3000 DP, so 9,000, 2 checks, and I am not deleted. This does pass the turn, and my opponent's going to move out the Salamon, play the Gatomon, and suspend the Mako so that they can reduce the cost by 1. They do get 2 valid targets with the search, and then the Salamon is going to swing into the Greymon X so that he guarantees that recovery. Digivolves the Gatomon into the Angel Woman. It only costs 1 because of the effect, and they're able to look through the security stack, grabbing Lady Devi and then recovering 1. Then they're just going to slam the Lady Devi for the end of turn Jogress, and they're able to go into the Mastemon. While I do have protection from options, I'm not going to have protection from them just playing out a level 4 from their security, and then deleting the Greymon. They do get the search off the Gatomon as well, so they're going to be able to get more gas into their hand, and they do manage to see the Angel Woman. Now I'm going to start my turn. I'm going to hatch the Koromon. Going to just hard play the Greymon because I have enough memory to be able to play that. Evo into the Greymon X and just give myself some more protection. Evoing then into the Agumon X that I just drew. I really need a way to deal with that Mastemon, so I'm going to Digivolve into the Metal Greymon, being able to de-Digivolve, and I have no valid targets to delete, but that at least means the Mastemon is not on the field. Passing turn, my opponent hatches the Tokamon, and they're going to swing with the Angelman into security. It does live, but I think they wanted it to die. They're going to Digivolve into another Angelman, and then finding the Lady Devi in security. Going to recover one and then play out the Lady Devimon. They do gain 2 memory because of the Angel Woman's effect. Then they're going to be able to end of turn DNA Digivolve into the Mastemon again. So they did have the second one in hand. So they'll draw, able to look through their trash, put something back into security, look through their security, play something out. You're going to play out the Rushing Gatomon. And they must have been looking for a level 5 in security to be able to delete the Metal Grey, but they didn't find it. So lucky me, I'll Digivolve into the Metal Grey X, suspending the Yuya to give that protection again. I'm going to be able to delete something, and I'm going to choose the Angel Woman, just so that there's less angels on the field, and then Digivolve into the BlackWargreymon X. This does cost 5, but this is going to be hard for him to be able to remove and deal with. He's going to Digivolve the Black Gatomon into another Angel Woman, and then he's going to Digivolve that into the Ophanimon. So he's going to be able to recover 1, and then he's going to DNA Digivolve the Ophanimon and the Mastemon into Ordinmon. Now, I do have protection from the Greymon X, so I'll remove the 2 sources and just make sure that I do not get deleted by this. But this is really hard for me to deal with. There's really only one thing that I'll be able to use in my deck to deal with this at this time, so we'll see if it comes up. I move out the Agumon. I'm going to Digivolve into the Greymon X, and then I'm going to spend the Yuya to make sure that I get the protection. Digivolving into the Metal Greymon, so I can de-Digivolve that, but he does still have Mastemon out. It's still going to be able to delete things if he can just hard play a level 5. He's actually going to Chaos Degradation the BlackWargreymon, so putting BlackWargreymon to the bottom of my security, and then trashing the top card, which I think in most cases is the right choice against this deck. I'm going to draw to start. I'll hatch the Koromon. I'm going to Digivolve into the Agumon, and then I'll Digivolve into the Agumon X. I think I'm digging for something. I'm going to play out the new Agumon so I can search, so go through the top 4, and we see 3 Metal Greymon X's right away. I forgot about the 4th card, so we go back, we have another look, and it's just an Agumon, so it doesn't change what I'm going to do, but I know that I'm not seeing many more of them. I'll Digivolve into it straight away. Nothing to delete, but I can't be Digivolved. I'll have my DP reduced. I'll Evo into the Greymon in Raising, like the one of the EX1 Greymon, and then I'll play out the tie. So I'm setting up a bit of a board, but Mastemon's still on the field. He's going to be able to get a lot of blocker retaliation out very quickly with that. He's going to play the Flame Hellscythe, so Agumon gets deleted, and then he's playing out the Angel Woman, and that will pass turn, so I will draw. I'm going to choose to move out the Greymon, and then I'm going to suspend the tie when I Digivolve into the Greymon X so I can gain a memory. Spending the U as well to give it that protection. Going into the BlackWargreymon, I'm able to delete both the Salamon X and the Mako, and then I'm going to Digivolve into the Omnimon Merciful Mode. So deleting Mastemon, and then I get to do a bit of looking through the trash, just seeing what I want to bottom deck. Choose most of the things that he won't be able to get back. Ordinmon is one of the things I don't want him to just pull back into his hand and just play again, and that passes turn.
Do you like apples?
Yeah.
How do you like them apples?
You're going to hatch the Tokamon, and then they're going to play the Gatomon, so just straight away, going to look at the top 3, able to grab the Lady Devi, and I believe that is an Angel Woman. And then going into the Lady Devimon for 1, that's going to allow them to DNA Digivolve if they have it. And it looks like I'm not that lucky this game, so they are going to be able to go into the Mastemon again. So drawing for the Evo, looking through their trash, they're just going to put back the Rushing Gatomon, and then they'll play it out to make sure that they can delete the Greymon X. And it is still their turn, so we'll see if they have anything else to do. They're just going to digivolve into the Angelwoman, so that way they've got another blocker out again. They do get to do the effect with Angelwoman. Looking through their security, they do grab the Mastemon and then recover. So we know that there's at least one more Mastemon to go. And then Omnimon Merciful Mode does the trashing so that it can trash the top card of my opponent's security. Hatch the Koromon, digivolve into the Agumon, and play out another Agumon. So look at the top 4. See what we can get this time, and I believe that I need to take the BlackWargreymon X here. Seems like the most reasonable choice, so I'm going to spend the Yuya and digivolve into it. That way I can't be affected by the options, and I can also just have a really big redirector out there that does have an element of protection to it. I'm going to play the Angelwoman to give sec -2, so it's kind of delaying me now that I can't just go for security. They don't really want to block me. Going to be able to play the Hades Force after moving out the Agumon. This does cost me 7 still, and I'm able to delete the Mastemon and then swing in knowing that I won't be blocked, and this will do no checks because of the Angelwoman, but that does mean that I get to do my reboot on my opponent's turn. You see me draw for the Koromon effect, and then I reboot, which will trash the top card of their security and delete the Angelwoman, so still very worthwhile doing even if I didn't get those extra checks. I'm feeling pretty good at this point. My opponent Chaos Degradations, and I'm getting PTSD straight away. We put it to the bottom and then trash the top, and that's when I realize, after putting my whole stack into the trash, actually, he wasn't able to play that because he didn't have the sources out that he needed to be able to play the option card. So, we quickly go back. He's able to rectify this pretty easily by saying he was at 3. He just plays the Mako first, and then doing the search, he'll then just quickly play out the Chaos Degradation.
If I ever find one of these lying around again, I swear to fucking God, I will stop being so polite. Get the fuck out of my sight before I demolish you.
Without a lot of cards in deck, I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to Evo into the Greymon. Now I'm going to put the X-antibody underneath the Greymon to try and set up some attacking plays. I'll digivolve into the Greymon X, suspending the tie so that I can gain a memory. I've already suspended the Yuya so that I have protection. Digivolve into the Agumon X. I know this is a bit risky with how few cards I have left in the deck. I accidentally look at the top 4, but even with the top 3 I would have been able to see what I would have gotten anyway. Let's go to the bottom of the deck. So 4 cards left in deck. I'll digivolve into the Metal Greymon X, so I'll be able to delete the Angelwoman, so I have a clear board to work with. I'll play out another tie, and I actually gain a little bit of memory back because I didn't use the Greymon X's effect correctly to be able to reduce the evolution reduction. The check does see the Chaos Degradation. Good thing I had the protection from Yuya, but I have another body off the board and back into security, unfortunately. Then I'm going to be able to restand, delete the Meikumon, and then trash the top card of security. My opponent is going to start their turn. They're going to drop the Gatomon so they can search their deck, and I believe that they're at the point now where they're looking at cards that I might have even put back into their deck with the Omnimon Merciful Mode effect. They're going to play the Angelwoman, and I'll just let you see how this plays out.
These 2 security checks.
Damn.
I think I win that. Did you draw your last card?
The reveal for
right?
that kind of sucks. It's a champion that's
Hold on.
with no inheritable. Trash one
Fucking hate you.
Never tried to block it.
On to game 3, so I'm going to hatch the Koromon and digivolve into the Agumon. And then we'll digivolve into the Agumon X. We realize that we're at time and round, so we're just trying to play really fast in this. It's not extra sped up. I'll go into the Greymon X, just a pass turn. And my opponent hatches the Tokomon and then plays the Mako. We're going to look at the top 3, able to grab the Angelwoman. And he's just going to play out the Gatomon so he can do a search. Looking at the top, he's going to be able to grab a Lady Devi and another Angelwoman, so he's definitely gassed up for a Mastemon play. I'm going to move out and digivolve into the Metal Greymon, able to digivolve and delete something. There's no valid targets. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Digivolve into the Greymon X, which can delete the Gatomon. We're constantly saying at this point, this is a no thoughts game. Do not think, just play. I'm going to play the x-antibody, pop it under, swing, and then Evo into the BlackWargreymon X. So I get to do the 1 check, and then I will reboot and trash. I don't have any protection, so a Chaos Degradation could ruin my life. My opponent is going to draw, unsuspend. They're going to digivolve into the Salamon. I'm going to suspend the Mako to reduce the cost to play the Guttomon, doing another search, able to grab a Mastemon and a Salamon from that, popping the rest to the bottom. And with the last bit of memory that they have, they're going to play the Angelman, they're going to give me sec -2, so that I can't just keep putting the aggression on. I'm going to hatch the Koromon and Digivolve into the Agumon, Digivolving into the Agumon X, and then I'm going straight into the Greymon from EX2, which costs 2. I'm going to play the new tie so that I can get some extra DP, and then I'm going to swing into the Guttomon because I've got the Metal Greymon inheritable. I just want to stop Mastemon from coming out and being able to do XYZ straight away. So I'll draw for the Koromon, I'll Digivolve into the Greymon X and Raising, and then I'll play the Agumon X. Looking at the top 3, I remember this time, and I grab the new Metal Greymon. It already knows with BlackWargreymon I'm going to be able to unsuspend, trash the top card of security, and delete the Angelman, which does happen now. The Salamon's going to move out, trying to get some recovery. I could redirect this attack, but I'm stupid and forget because there's no thinking in this match. The Greymon is revealed, so Salamon does get deleted. Then he's going to play another Salamon. I'm going to draw, push out the Greymon X, and we're going to swing with BlackWargreymon at security. So we do one check, draw another card from the Koromon of Inheritable. I was going to Digivolve into the Metal Greymon X, but instead I'm going to swing with the Agumon X. I do get deleted, and then I choose to go into the new Metal Greymon instead, just trying to build up some kind of removal for next turn. If he does manage to start getting out blockers, because I will be close to just closing out the game. We do see the Unsuspend, which will trash top card of security and delete the Salamon, which does get recovered anyway. It's another Chaos Degradation is revealed. My opponent at that point, we're at time in round. He's just going to say that's it. Doesn't have enough to be able to come back from that, and that is the game.